All right, so here I'm with our friend James, our new student James, just joined our program. James is a unique student because what was your career? Maybe you still consider yourself current, but what is your career?
Bueno, en una vida anterior fui un ingeniero en California, pero regresé a las aulas y por fin me doctoré en la Universidad de California en Santa Bárbara del Departamento de Español y Portugués. I taught Spanish classes at UCSB for 5 years.
Yes.
My degree is in higher education for indigenous communities in Mexico,
Okay.
but I'm in linguistics. I'm not a literature student.
So why is this important? Well, James just joined our program, Fast Conversational Spanish. So what would a PhD who probably has a higher level of Spanish than even I do, why would you be joining our program?
Okay, first of all, I don't know about my level being higher than yours, but
We'll find out. We'll find out.
find out. But I am trained in teaching Spanish at university, and I'm trained in applied linguistics. And some things that jumped out to me that I really like is the emphasis placed on the really root necessary skills like listening, like let's build up, Peter I think uses the term, the listening muscle.
Right.
That I can tell you that's consistent with current research. And it's a great design. A lot of Spanish teachers, especially on Facebook and on the internet, let's just say they don't know as much as they say. So buyer beware.
And so the first workshop you came to was our listening workshop. That's how you found out about it.
It caught my eye, and I thought that's a great idea, and it was a great workshop.
Yeah, and you in your university training, how they taught you to teach. Do you know anywhere that has a really well-structured listening portion of piece of their curriculum?
No, I don't. Personally, I don't. It's not the normal. It's not a normal part of the curriculum at UCSB. We teach in small groups, using the communicative method, which is current, which is up to date. So it's pretty unique, really. It's pretty unique.
So the listening was one. I think you mentioned pronunciation is another skill. You didn't see that, but that's like another example of a skill we teach that I think maybe you can comment on. In my experience, 99.9% of students who I receive cannot read Spanish properly.
You know, Mexicans do it by instinct, but they can't teach it. They cannot teach it. I remember talking to a Mexican one time years ago, and I asked her, why do you have to say "se puede hacerlo"? Why can't you say "puede hacerlo"? And she thought about it for a couple moments, and she said, it's missing a person. And that's really true, but it's not grammar. It's not how you would explain it in a grammar book.
Exactly.
You need a pronoun.
Yeah. And this is absolutely key, is that it's not that like native speakers, there's a lot that we have native speaker teachers on our team who can teach a lot that I can't, right? And know a lot that I don't know. But there's things that I know how an English brain works, and I know what our sticking points are with pronunciation. I know why you're getting that sound wrong. I know why you're getting that pronoun wrong. I know how you're seeing the language. They only know how they see the language.
I did the same thing. There were times in the university where I closed the grammar book and I said, okay, I'm going to tell you guys how James sees this and how James can explain this. And you do the same thing, which is, I think it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. You have to bring it down to earth, right? You have to bring it down to their understanding of language and then build up to that deeper language understanding. What were some other points? We talked about conversation, and I remember showing you how we have our students prepare conversations, and you thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty original. That's pretty original because the current canon in the university is 99% everything is Spanish. But writing in English and then doing a machine translation into Spanish shows you formality, grammar constructions that are always 100. The translation might not be 100%, but the formal grammar constructions are right down black and white down the line. So it shows you where you are compared to what a grammar book would say, and it's pretty interesting.